Dude, Shane was solid.
Yeah, Shane was fun. Shane was a good time.
Interesting friendship with Shane. He lets us know, basically texts us Friday. No, Saturday.
The day of.
Yep, Saturday, let's say 12:30. And he's like, bros.
Yin's coming to the show tonight.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow.
6 p.m. or he actually said 7 and 10.
7 and 10.
7 and 10 p.m. If you don't come, I probably won't go to Beer Olympics.
Yeah, bro.
And I was like, I guess I'm going to the show. We did go. We went Sunday. We went to the 6 o'clock show. It ended up being 6. They said it was 7, but it was actually 6 after the barbecue. Yeah. And it was fantastic. It was a really good show. He crushed
a lot of new material
that
he's working through right now, and it's funny.
It's interesting to see, too, because even after he's like, I got like, the first 20 minutes are solidified. I feel good about the first 20 minutes. Everything else is storytelling and trying to work stuff out.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to see that, like, after hearing him say that and then reflecting back on the show, like him just literally in front of a sold out stadium working through jokes.
The Ryman.
Yeah. Yeah, stadium. The Ryman. A historical church.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, going out there and you see a couple levels, like you're saying, you reflect back and think of the times he is kind of working through it, because he does such a great job of playing with the crowd.
Yeah,
like
does a great job.
You don't like that one?
Okay.
Fuck you guys.
This was okay, but that wasn't.
Yeah.
He did.
If you didn't like that one, then you're gonna think this next one's just all hate speech.
Yeah. And so, but it was really good. The boy was on. He's on, man. He's number 1 in the world right now.
I had to sit on his text on Ian's coming to the show. If not, I'm out of Beer Olympics, because my own projectile ability of thinking of the recent L's we've been taking.
If we lost Shane, it would be...
Not only that, but just the way like that we're bros and he's playing with my heart and he doesn't understand everything that's kind of sitting behind my heart at the moment. So when he was saying that and kind of dangling it, and I'm just thinking like, bro, stop fucking around like this. Because I had to call him last week, because we're doing our Beer Olympics meetings, our Beer Games Championship of the World. We're doing those meetings, and I see that he's one of the only boxes kind of not checked, and he's kind of one of the guys that, like, you know, we met, like, we want him there, like one of the core guys that we want there. And I'm thinking like, fuck, he hasn't responded to, you know, Barstool reaching out, because they're kind of handling all of this stuff. They're wanting to do gift baskets and the whole deal. It's going to be incredible. And I saw that he hadn't responded yet. And Lisa was like, hey, could you reach out? I was like, yeah, I'll reach out to Shane. And I'm just thinking, you know, because you don't want to bug him. You don't want to bother him, because he's doing his thing. And we obviously text back and forth, like we're in our group chats and everything else. And so I just call him, and I was like, he's like, what's up, bro? And I was like, guess where I'm at right now? He's like, where? I was like, I'm at a gun shop, and I'm going to purchase one and kill myself if you don't commit or respond or give us some type of answer if you can come to Beer Olympics or not. And he was like, we sat there for a second, and he goes, do it. No, he's like, why are you pressing me? Why do you? I'm like, bro, there's so much money going into this thing, and everybody, we want to take care of everybody. We want to do it right. And our people, everybody that's working on it behind the scenes, they're trying to get head counts and know who's going to be in or out. And he was talking, I don't want to spoil.
Don't spoil, because the last thing we can do is put out any expectations.
Yeah, or put out expectations. Just put the pressure on everybody else. Because the moment that Trav backed out, I'm throwing out lines. We're texting back and forth like, hey, so-and-so might come. I see literally Quentin Nelson up under the Travis Kelce thing saying next man up mentality with the eyes. So I immediately text Quentin like, hey, are you trying to do it? I'm not going to confirm nor deny if Quentin Nelson might be coming. But yeah, bro. I mean, we're trying to get our roster rounded out. It's going to be, I'm telling you, this thing is going to be fucking awesome.
Right.
But going back to the Shane thing, I had to sit on I'm like, all right, how Will, just take a moment. How you going to respond to this? How you going to take a breath? He's putting this expectation on. What are we finding out from our bro that he is in Nashville currently without, ahead of time? Part of me thinks he's doesn't want to do too many podcasts. He probably want to come on the bus, which is fair.
Yeah.
But it all worked out. We had a great time with the boy. Got to meet Gary Clark.
Yeah.
Gary Clark Jr.?
Yes, bro.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he was just chilling, sitting in I didn't even know who it was. And he was kind of just hanging out.
It took me a minute too. And Shane was like, you know, it's Gary Clark, right? Like one of the greatest musicians in the world, guitar player. And then by the time I left, I was like, hey, bro, it's so nice to meet you. I know my dad would be so hyped. My dad, he what do you call it? He dabbles a little bit in the
Play guitar.
Guitar?
He loves guitar.
What do you call it?
What's that thing?
What's that
No,
thing
I'm
that
trying to
people have
say
been playing
some
universally forever?
slang. He slaps the bass. He slaps the guitar.
He doesn't
There it is,
slap the bass.
He plays the guitar. He rips the guitar.
He rips the fucking guitar.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. That's no cap, bro. I'm telling you, my
That's
dad
no cap.
fucking rips the guitar.
Your dad does.
Yes.
Really?
Matter of fact, next time he comes out, we need to make him do it.
Yeah. I will buy a guitar and make sure it's in his hands by the
And
time
have
he
it
walks in the
sitting.
door.
There's nothing you can do now.
I'll have it sitting in front of a case of beer where he has to touch the guitar just to get to the beer.
Nice chair, speaker that's already plugged in, tuned up. Guitar will have like Ern or somebody make sure it's tuned up, and a 30 rack of Bush lights sitting there, like nowhere to go, Dad.
And a whole bunch of chew.
Yes.
And a
Yes.
spittoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he has to play.
He has to play.
Has to play. I need you guys to hear him.
Yeah, but that Clark, Gary
Yeah,
Clark?
Gary Clark.
Gary
Gary
Clark?
Clark Jr.
Dude, so I didn't know really anything about that at all. And then, we found out. And in the car ride home, JP, and Michael Chandler were ripping on the way back to my spot. And we were playing it. That dude can fucking shred. And he was just kind of chilling,
Yeah,
like, didn't
bro.
give a... Didn't care. Like, more just ask questions about Barstool. He's like, so is Barstool everywhere? I was like, well, yeah, it's on the internet.
yeah. He's like, because we kept talking about Shane had brought up Survivor, and we were talking through a couple other things, like when he had me shotgun high noons on the stream with DraftKings, and since we're sitting there talking about Barstool stuff, Gary was like, hey, so is Barstool just everywhere? And Taylor looks at him and was like, I mean, it's on the internet, yeah, it's everywhere. He's like, no. He's like, I mean, is there a place that everybody goes? But no, it was sick to me. What you got there?
Some Lucy's, you want one?
No, I'm sure.
I have a
got a
Shane
couple.
story
I got a
from this
couple
weekend.
espressos in right now.
I have a Shane story.
Yeah, because you went on Saturday, yeah.
So I messaged him on Instagram on Saturday with no intention of getting tickets, and I was just like, "Good luck your shows this weekend." Not even thinking he's gonna see the message or respond. He responds in like 5 minutes. He's like, "Come through tonight if you want." I had 4 friends in town. And I was like, I really appreciate that, but I was like, I have a bunch of friends, and like day of show, I don't want to be the guy asking for 5 tickets, so not a big deal. And he's like, it's all good, bro. He's like, we can like make that work, blah blah blah. He's like, it's 5 tickets, right? And then I had miscounted. One of my friends had also brought a friend, so I was like, it's actually 6. But I was like, seriously, not a big deal. Like, it is too much. And he's like, what's your email? I'm gonna find it. And this is at like 4 p.m. on Saturday. So I was like, guys, like if y'all want to go to the show at like 9:30 tonight, I think we can do it. So we're all fired up. And by the time it's like 8:45 rolls around, I'm like, he's still in his 7 o'clock show. He just never hit me back. And I had like gotten all the people hyped at this point.
Oh, I thought you went.
Yes.
And now I'm hearing JP went last night, and now my ego's double.
Oh, damn! I'm sorry,
and,
bro.
And it hurt.
I
won't
thought you
lie.
went because when I took a minute to respond, so Shane calls. He's like, "Hey, I know you guys are coming," and it was kind of like giving me the runaround. He's like, "Your boy Jack's coming tonight," and then I did a little like, "Hey, make sure you tell him not to post a lot." And he's like, "Oh, that's what you guys got him for," blah blah blah. So we were joking, but I thought you went that night. Because if not, I mean, Mitch, I know we didn't necessarily. I'm thinking in my head, spring tour interviews. You have to get them done.
That's just a fair statement. You got us a dirt bike though. That's huge.
I have my family in town.
When did they leave?
They're still here.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Why didn't they come to the bus
that's
today?
a reason too.
Why
But
don't you?
all I'm saying, Jack, if I would have known you didn't go,
Yeah,
you
no,
totally would have.
I'm not like bummed. But if anything, I felt really bad for my friends in town because,
You got them hyped up.
well, there was a moment in time where I was like, it's Shane Gillis, like sold out. I saw tickets going for $1,200 at the Ryman on Saturday. So I was like, the fact that I'm even like asking for 6 tickets, it feels a little scummy. And I know he doesn't feel that way. It was nice enough for him to respond at all. But like at some point when he was like, dude, what's your email? I was like, guys, we're fucking in. Like they were fucking fired up. They're like, why is Shane messaging you? And I'm like, dude, he's just a friend to work. Like, and then by the end of the night, I had to just fucking lay on my sword. And I wasn't mad at all. I was just like, my ego was so bruised. I was like,
Bro.
No doubt, because you got everybody hyped.
yeah, and they were like the girls were like, we don't give a shit. Like, we don't know Shane really. And I was like, this
Oh, you were
means
hanging with chicks?
everything to me. Oh, it was like 4 girls and 2 guys. So I was like,
Man, they
and
probably would
yeah,
not
we
enjoy
talked
themselves.
about this situation in Oregon. So,
Yeah.
but I'm glad. I heard all the shows went well. I had a bunch of friends who actually bought tickets and said that was Theo there on Sunday night opening, or was that just Saturday?
I think it was
Must have been
Saturday because
just
I saw
Saturday. He
Theo's
opened-
stories.
He did like a 15-minute opener for both sets on Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's all I really know about it.
Dude,
But hyped it. It was fun.
I was gonna say during your story, I was literally thinking to myself because I thought that at the end of the story you were gonna get the tickets and go. That is the best possible way you could ask somebody for tickets. By being
For
like,
sure.
hey man, I got 5 people with me. Don't worry about it. Just want to let you know. I hope you crush it.
Yeah, that's really
Like
all.
that is,
That's
you
all
give
I
them the
wanted.
number,
Yeah.
you give them everything, and then you just let them kind of do the thing without saying, "Can I have tickets?"
I know now. I'm like, there's still like an unread message between me and Shane that at some point down the road he will probably see and be like, probably like not acknowledge it, and I don't want it to be like him think I'm upset about it. So
Oh, you got to check him as soon as you see him.
maybe-
The next time you got,
You
as soon as you
motherfucker.
see him, you got to say something.
No, I'm just hyped. 4 shows at the Ryman is a big deal, so I think that's really cool.
Big time.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a situation when I was in Mexico. A bunch of the offensive linemen from Michigan, they hit me up. Zinter hit me up, and he's like, "Yo, Shane Gillis, he's gonna be in Saginaw, Michigan. We gotta go. Can we go? Can you talk to him? Give it to like just blatantly asking me." And it's the same thing. Like any of our boys that does something that where you have to purchase tickets to go see them, I always get uncomfortable about being like, "Hey, these people want to see you. Do
Right.
you mind letting them in?"
Right.
And so I kind of put it off for a minute, but shout out Zinter, dude. He was shameless about it. He just kept asking and asking, and I was like, all right, I'll ask him. So I text Shane. He's like, no problem. Loves the big boys.
Loves the big boys.
Loves
He
the
loves
big
himself
boys.
some big boys.
So I hit him up, and then it was like the day of, and my service was so bad all day. So I'm like sporadically getting messages from Zinter and Keegan and these dudes, and I think they had like 6 dudes with them total.
Yeah.
And they end up getting to the show.
All hogs.
All hogs. They end up getting to the show, and they're like in the show, and they're like, we want to meet him. Like, how do we go meet him after this? And I was like, you should have passes. Like, they should have gave you guys a pass. I'm like, oh, we don't have anything. Like, can you text him? I'm like, is he on stage right now? And they're like, yeah. I was like, then he's not going to answer a text. Like, what are you talking about? Like, but
Just young cats.
20 minutes later, dude, 20 minutes later, I get a FaceTime from Shane. He's with all the boys.
Oh,
he just
let's go.
hits the pan. He's like, got the big boys with me. got the big guy. You know, he was in heaven.
Loves the big
They were,
boys.
yeah,
man.
they apparently they cut it up that night too. So that was a big win for my
Big win for
boys in
everybody.
Michigan.